everyone, and welcome to the Life Coach University group coaching with myself, Divina, and with Know Your Worth Coaching. It's really great to have you here. And so I want you to all just participate. So I'm going to be watching the chat at the same time and while I'm speaking. So feel free to put any comments in there. Let me know who you are and where you're from. And any kind of questions, you can also use the Q&A as well. But it's great to have you all here. It's great to see you. I'm just going to watch the chat and see who we've got here and where you're all from. It's great to have you here. Also, let me know if any of you have done any group coaching before. I believe this is the first one for the Life Coach University, but just let me know in the chat if you have done any group coaching before. Some of you have, some haven't. That's great. It's great to have you all here. And as we're just letting people come in, so today's coaching. So this is something that will be happening with myself once a month, every Wednesday once a month, and I'm sure there will probably be more that happen with the with Life Coach University as well. And for this month, I wanted to talk about routine and habits, and most importantly, I think, is your evening routine. So in my class, you'll notice I like class participation because you are here to be coached. So in the chat, let me know who has an evening routine. Who knows what an evening routine is? Or do some people just think you just go to bed and that's it? Let me know in the chat who has an evening routine. No, no, some of you, no, just brush your teeth before bed. It is part of a routine, but we're going to talk about a bit more, but I'm glad that you've got great hygiene for brushing your teeth. No. So a lot of you don't have an evening routine. So let's just start off with sleep. So how many hours do you guys sleep? How long do you get when you sleep? Those that have children, I know it's different. I have 2 toddlers myself. So I know sometimes sleep can't be consistent, and we'll talk a bit about that too. But I just want to know how many of you, how many hours do you get? 7, 6, broken sleep, can't sleep through. Yeah, and we'll talk a bit about that too. 7, 8, that's great. Okay, so the body does a lot at night. Though when we sleep, our blood pressure goes down, the heart can get a rest, the brain can also get a rest, but the thing that does keep going at night is our stomach and our digestive system. So that just keeps working when someone is unconscious, that continually just keeps working. So with that in mind, we don't want the stomach to have to work too hard at night, which leads me on to your evening routine. So I'm going to work with, because this is the time that I go to bed, which I think is a good time to go to bed, which is 10 p.m. So with me wanting to go to sleep at 10 p.m., my evening routine starts at about 6 p.m. So this is when I start thinking about all the things that I'm going to be doing leading up to going to bed. So I start with what I'm going to cook, what I'm going to eat. What do you guys have for dinner? Interestingly, let me know what you have for dinner. And I can just see that there are some questions in the Q&A box. So while you answer that in the chat, let me just have a look at what's happening in the Q&A. Okay, yeah. Oh, what a gift once a month. That's so kind. Drinking a lot of coffee, which I knew I shouldn't. 10-minute meditations, that's great. Yeah, some of you saying about how you can't get to sleep. What if I don't sleep at the same time? Yeah, we'll talk about that too. Yeah, that's a good one, because we know that there are some people that work night shift. My partner, actually, he does shifts. So that's a great one too. We'll make sure that we cover that too, because that can be difficult. And also, as I said, for children, my son wakes up still, he's 2, he's going to be 3 this year, and still wakes up at maybe 3 in the morning. And that's so, broken sleep. So yeah, once we get to that bit, I will definitely give you some tips on there. So what have we got for food? So spike bowl, yeah, kind of like Rose, whatever you can. I get that one too. Okay, yeah, so what I'm getting at there is what you have is that due to how much work the stomach does throughout the night, we don't want it to have to work so hard. So the idea is, let me get the analogy or quote right, is that you eat like a king in the morning, a prince in the afternoon, and a pauper in the evening. So we just want to have something light, so a light meal. So the kind of things that I like to eat, I do like soup, so I have a lot of soup. I might do noodles if I want something maybe like with something a bit more in it. I really like salads, so I do have a lot of salads, and I know some of you thinking, what, just like loads of greens? But my salads are packed really high. I do like to have like a really big salad, and then and someone's saying I eat like a king for all meals. Lucky you, but I wouldn't say lucky on the stomach. Yes, I really like big salads, and then I can top them with, I'm plant-based, so I have like a lot of falafel, chickpeas, different things like that. But what you just want is just something just lighter than what you've had the rest of the day, so that the stomach doesn't have to do as much work in the night, because this is what's going to be one of the things that's disturbing your sleep. So, okay, someone's saying that they don't have time for prep for meals. Tell me some more about that you don't have time to prep for meals. How much time do you think you need to prep for meals? Working too much. Tell me some more. Can you tell me some more? You want 30 minutes. So you want 30 minutes to be able to prep for a meal. I'll let you answer that one. Why I'm digging in on that one, and I'm sure you've heard, meal prep is not a buzzword, because it's something that I do, but you hear a lot about it. You hear a lot about, prep for meals, and to prep, cook, and then enjoy 30 minutes, yeah. So let me give you some quick tips on how I prep, because that is something that I do, and I do believe in it. And but I kind of thought that people that prepped meals years ago, that must make it a bit boring. Like, how can you be spontaneous when you don't, when you know what every meal is? But what I found is that it may not even be so much that I need to prep every meal, but what I do need to know is what I'm going to have, like what my base is going to be. So I like to make sure that I have pasta in. I like to make sure I have potatoes in. I like to make sure I have rice in. When I shop, I always make sure I have all of my salads in. And as I said, for you guys, it might be to have, meat and fish or things in. But for me, the kind of prep is like the shopping, not so much the actual food that you're going to eat, but to make sure that the food is in the cupboard and the fridge and the freezer, to make sure that it's there. If you can get to the point, because I get it, because I know being busy, I can totally get it. If you feel that, maybe on a Sunday that you can't, prep all your meals for the week, but how about just making sure you've got the food there? And maybe on a Sunday, just thinking about what is it that I would like to eat in the week, and just making sure it's there, making sure that the food is there. And the things that you cook, because if we're talking about eating like a pauper in the evening, the things that you should be eating, it should be quite simple to make. So like I said, I like salads, and that is something that you can prep, if you like, I make a big salad. So I just make it very big so that I can eat some at lunch and some at dinner. So it's like already done, so I don't have to think about it. Other little quick things that I do is like once I've done the shopping, I will, like, just say I've got a broccoli, I will wash and chop up my broccoli and put it in a freezer bag, and put it in the fridge. So I don't have to cut it up at the time I use it. I can just grab some and throw it in a stir fry or something like that. So so it's not always about putting the meal, making it and cooking it and putting it in a box. So you to have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, so on. It can just be about having the food there so that you can make something really easy. I'm just going to check the chat again so I can just keep up with this. Good tip to have food in the house already. I find I always need something that I need to run to the shop to pick up one thing and then end up buying a ready meal because I'm just too hungry. Yeah, I totally understand that. Yeah, it's definitely something that I would recommend is whenever it is that you do your shopping, also going with a list. Always go shopping with a list. So just give yourself that bit of time to just write down what you need to eat, what you would like to eat when you go shopping, and just have the food at home. Just have it in the cupboard. That way, if you can't get to the point of, like I said, cooking all the meals and putting them in boxes, just have the food at home. Have it at home so that you have the choice to make it. I like pizza too, so I like pizza bases, and I have lots of cans of chopped tomatoes, and because I make my sauces with those and things like that. Just have it at home so that you have the choice, and then also just once you have in mind what it is you want to have for the week, it will make it easier when you get home. So because I've always found sometimes that when you get home, so if you could, I know a lot of us are working from home now, so there's that as well. But when I would come home from work, and it would just be like, oh, what am I going to have? Like, what am I going to cook today? And I know what it's like having to think of something to cook every day. But once I've already made the decision of what I'm going to have, I don't have to think about it. So I may not be able to do the prep of the food, but I know what I'm going to have. So at least I can just go into the kitchen and make it. So just taking out like one of those decisions out of the process for you. So yes, so we eat about 5:30, 6. So all had our dinner. Another thing, it depends on what your kids are like, and I know some kids can be fussy eaters and things like that, but the other thing I do try to do is something that we can all eat. So I'm not having to make 2 different meals. So my kids are 2 and 4, so they're pretty much okay now, like with the types of food that we have. So, but I know that can also be a stress if you have to cook something different. I would probably say when they were younger, that was a time that I really did try to make the food prep. I would do it in the evenings, actually, like after work, after we've eaten, after they've gone to bed. I would make their meals and freeze them when they were like really small, just to try to speed up time and things like that. But another tip that I try is just do something that we can all eat. So you can just make one meal, everybody eats it, everybody's happy. So then my kids, they go to bed at 7. So, we've eaten, gotten them off at 7. And then from 7 to 9 o'clock, I invite you to have some of your own time, like have some me time, whatever that might be. Might be to watch TV. I usually use at least 7 to half 7 to tidy up all the toys that my kids have played with all day. So a bit of tidying up, but just kind of some time, like just for you, like bring back some time. What can you do for you? That might be have a bath or whatever that might be, just to kind of, just for you, like what is that me time? Let me ask you, let me know, like, what is me time? I'm just going to have a look as you answer at the Q&A to see if I've got anything else in here. I can't sleep, my husband snores. That's a hard one. Rice and veg, yeah, instant noodles. I love spending time by myself. For people that like to have a bath, TV, reading a book, yeah. I just encourage you to just try to have that time. Just start being able to write down, talking to a friend, yes, love that too. Get on WhatsApp, yeah. Go for a walk, lovely, that's amazing. I haven't spoken about exercise just as yet, but yeah, if you go for a walk, in the evening after you've eaten, that's amazing. It helps the body to start that digestive system that it goes through quicker. So it's doing more of that then than it will be when you go to sleep. So yeah, if you do go for a walk, yeah, taking your dog for a walk, a bike, right, all of that kind of stuff. If you can start to move after you've eaten, that's going to be amazing for your body. It's going to really help the digestive routine that happens in your body. That's amazing. So yes, so having some of that dance in the kitchen, love it. That's a great move. That's a great move. Love that. So yeah, whatever that is for you, like fill up those couple of hours for you. And then the next bit, so at 9 o'clock, what I'd like for you to try is to get ready for bed, whatever that looks like. So for me, that looks like I might have a shower. I like to do a whole skincare routine. So that's, you know, serums and oils and all that kind of stuff on my face. And then at least by 9:15, I'm in the bed. So I know some of you will be like, that's like really early, like 9 o'clock to go to bed. But trust me, get into the bed, actually under the covers, into the bed, you know, just after 9. And again, between 9 and 10, do something that's relaxing. And the thing that I would really invite you to try, I like to read, but if you don't like to read, there's also meditation. If you've never tried meditation, you know, you could try it just for 10 minutes. So just like some quiet time with your thoughts. And I also like to journal. I feel like this is a really good time to look at the day, see how the day's been, ask yourself what are some of the big wins that you've had today, and what have you enjoyed about today, and actually write it down. And you'll, you know, if it's a new concept for you, you might be thinking, oh, I don't know, I've never written that kind of stuff down before. But I promise, if you just ask yourself, what big win have I had? What have I enjoyed about today? Or even start with what happened today. Just start writing about what happened today. From when you woke up to the time that you've just got into bed, what happened today, and just write it down. Just start writing down, and you'll find that you'll actually, you know, a lot happened today. You know, a lot happened in your day, and you can just write that down. What did you eat today? What did you drink today? Who did you speak to today? Just start to like write those things down. It's a great way to reflect on the day. Great way to pat yourself on the back that you've had, you know, that you've had a good day. But also what you're doing is, where some of you who said that you can't sleep, you haven't, well, one of you did say that your husband snores why you can't sleep, but some of you haven't said why. But I know a lot of people can say that my brain is so active at night. Like it feels like that's where my brain comes alive, is like when it's at night, because it is also processing what's happened today. So instead of doing it up here, which is causing you to not be able to sleep or, you know, get to sleep, how about getting it out of your head and onto paper? So just getting it out so that you can read it down. Let me just follow the chat line here. I just heard a quote I want to share. Set your alarm in the morning to wake up and set your alarm at night to go to bed. Yes, I love that. I love that. I just got myself a 5-year journal, one entry each day for 5 years. It takes me 2 minutes to journal. There we go. Love that. Wow, a 5-year journal. Imagine looking back at that. The thing that I really love about journaling is being able to look back. So I love, I do it every night. And then sometimes I'll just like pick up the journal and just look at a random page. And I just love to see what I was thinking then, what was happening in my life then, how I felt. And, you know, maybe even how I've improved and how things have changed and how things have got better. So I also think journaling is great just to be able to look back and see how far you've come each day. But yeah, it can be just, you know, 2 minutes. I probably journal maybe about 5-10 minutes maybe. But this is all just about winding yourself down. One of the other things that I've started to do, I've done it for a few months now, is no phones in the bedroom. So I charge my phone outside of my bedroom. So I would really encourage this last hour that you're going to have before bed, no electronics. If you do have a TV in your room, don't turn it on. if it feels like, putting your phone in another room, just try not to use it. At least start. I know it's all about, it's a journey. I know it's all a journey. It's all about baby steps. So maybe it feels like, I can't put it in another room, but turn it over, put it on do not disturb, but don't look at it. Try not to look at it in this last hour. The phones are made to keep us awake. That's why they're made. They're made to keep us awake. They look like they are. Apps are designed the way they are. They're as bright as they are to keep us looking at them. And of course, everything you're looking at, your brain is processing, and it can't sleep. It's not going to be able to sleep going through that. And if you think about what you're looking at also, so the news, if some people are looking at the news, let me know the last time you heard something good that was happening on the news. Social media, people are looking at, and what's happening when you're looking at these things. Maybe you're looking at work, you could be looking at your work messages, friends and family, and what's happening is that you are taking all of these things, all of these world problems, what's happening on social media, maybe family things, work things, taking them all into your head and telling your brain that, I do want to go to sleep, but before we go to sleep, could we just process all of these things that are happening all across the world at work, with family and friends and on social media? And you can imagine that's going to be really difficult to get to sleep once you've taken on all of these issues in your head. And like I said, most of them aren't great. They're not like great puppy stories that you're going to be reading all the time. Sometimes it can be things that are really traumatic. And at this time, with the times that we're in at the moment, with COVID and everything like that, the news isn't, it's not light. So to be reading those things just before you fall asleep, that's what you're going to fall asleep with, or try to fall asleep with. It's going to be really difficult to do that. So I would really, really encourage, and it will change the game for you. And if you didn't do anything else that I said, not looking at your phone an hour before you go to bed will change the game for you. You'll find that your sleep is much better. I'm just going to go back to the chat. I like to reflect, what did I do today and what to do again tomorrow? Love that. And what did I do today and what to avoid for tomorrow? Love that. What would I do again and what would I leave behind? I get so negative when I watch the news now. Yeah, I understand. I love those reflections though as well. What did I do today and what do I want to do again tomorrow? And what did I do today and what do I want to avoid for tomorrow? That's great. I don't normally give homework, but I feel like that's a good homework for you guys to try to try to tonight. That's I love those reflections. And yeah, the news really is, it's really, things are happening in the world, but it's really negative at the moment. So to have all of that on your head and heart as you go to bed, it's really going to make it difficult. So if you think you can do it, or you could just try it one night and just charge your phone, in another room. I know some people charge it on a different floor, like downstairs, just so that the phone doesn't come up, so they can really just stay away from it. If you think that you're going to be tempted, do that. I know some of you are going to be saying, but I use my phone for my alarm. Well, I haven't brought it with me actually, but I just bought off Amazon just an analog clock that it goes off and you just snap it in the morning. Wakes me up just the same. I also have a toddler to do the same and wake me up as well. But you don't need to have your phone to wake you up. You could get it's very inexpensive. I can't remember, but very inexpensive to get an analog clock from, probably get it from anywhere, and use that as your alarm instead. It's going to really, really help if you don't have all of that negativity, all of those problems going on in the world in your head before you go to sleep. So I would definitely try that. And also your environment that you sleep in. So, and all of these things that I'm saying to you now is so that you can get optimal sleep. So this evening routine is so that you can get optimal sleep. So this is when it's the best, is to sleep in pure darkness. So no light cracking in anywhere. Some of us live in the cities. I live near a main road too, but I bought blackout curtains so that it's completely dark. And if that's something that you can't do, you can also get like an eye mask so that it's completely dark. You don't want any noise. So that also goes with the phone. So I know you think, oh, we can't hear it, but there are radio waves that are very light, but they're there. Also, people who do have TVs or laptops or other things in the room, they're giving off like a very light sound that can interrupt sleep. Sometimes some people have things that can blink as well, in the night. Like you just don't want any of that. You don't want any interruptions so that you can sleep. You have a toddler to wake you up. I can so relate to that. Yes, he is. I do normally say he is actually my alarm clock. I don't really need my phone or the analog. My toddler will do that. So yes, optimal sleep is in darkness and with no interruptions. So no flashing lights, no lights. If you can just make it like completely dark, use an eye mask if you can. That's the best way. And then for me, what I like to do is, like I said, have after I journal, then I like to try to meditate for a little bit, and that then just kind of just gets me off to sleep. So I said about my toddler wakes me up sometimes in the middle of the night. So this whole routine that we've just kind of gone through, from eating to having that bit of me time to relax us, getting ready, getting into the bed at 9, getting to sleep at 10, is also all about the quality of sleep. So let me do one thing at a time. So for the toddlers, so if I'm in bed by just after 9 and I'm asleep by 10, sometimes I'm normally asleep before that because I'm just so tired. But if I'm in bed by 9 and asleep by 10, by the time he wakes me up, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. So I've had 5 hours. I've had 5 hours of quality sleep. Like that sleep, I was rested. Nothing interrupted me. I slept well, because this is the thing that we're also looking for, is we want quality sleep. So a lot of us can't get the 7 to 9 hours that the human would need. We don't always get that, but what we can get is quality sleep. So the thing is, for me, when he does wake me up at 3 or 2 or 3, whenever it is that he wakes me up, I actually feel okay. Like I don't feel too irritated or whatever, because I actually feel like I've had like quite a good sleep at that time. So when he wakes me up, I can just go and see him, whatever it is that he wants, just to see me sometimes, I think. And then he'll go back to sleep. And then I can also then just go back to sleep. And it doesn't seem to interrupt me the way it did before I knew about having this kind of routine and this quality of sleep. I always kind of looked at it as hours, as we're told, we need 7 to 9 hours of sleep, which is totally agree with and I understand. But I never really understood about quality sleep. So you can have quality sleep and also wake up and feel okay. So I would just encourage to do that. And so those that have shifts, I don't think anyone's mentioned shifts, but people that have shifts, and like I said, my partner, he also has shifts and works nights. So if it is in the day that you have to sleep, because that's just how your life looks like, try to have the same principles and just get that quality sleep. So those of you that can't get 7 to 9 hours like myself, I have about 6.5. I get up at 4:30 in the morning. But get the quality. We're looking for the quality sleep. So that is not eating, at least 2 hours before you go to sleep. And, what you do eat, make it light, make it as light as you can so that your stomach doesn't have to do so much work to keep you up. Try to sleep in darkness, sleep without your phone. Analog alarm, I would definitely go with. And I'm just going to have a look at the chat. I started to get headaches when I had the phone by me when I was sleeping. Yeah, can you imagine there was a time, like years ago, this was years and years ago, that I'll admit to you, that there was like when I was really younger, that, I would sleep with the phone under my pillow. When I think about it now, I just think, oh my gosh, what was I doing? But I would sleep with it under my pillow, like it had to be like really close to me. And it's just not good for you. It's giving off so many radio waves that you just don't need in your head when you're trying to sleep. So now I've decided, like I said, a few months ago now. I'd already done the thing of kind of not looking at it an hour before bed for quite a while, but then I thought, actually, I can take this further. If I'm not looking at it, then it doesn't actually need to be in the room at all. So now I just charge it in another room upstairs. So definitely do that. When I'm tired during the day, I take power naps. Yeah, 15 minutes. Yeah, some people that works. I know when the kids were younger, I was I was definitely all about the power naps. But yeah, I know that can really help people to be able to just, if that's possible, maybe more so now that because a lot of us are working from home. But yeah, sometimes just getting in, if a power nap helps you, definitely go for it. Quality over quantity, 100%. Got it. I'm on analog phone now. I'm buying an analog clock. Yikes, radio waves, tell me about it. Under the bed. Yeah, so glad. Yeah, but definitely it's all about quality over quantity. Yeah, so don't get too obsessed with the numbers and thinking, oh, I need to get this amount of sleep. Get the quality sleep. When you get quality sleep, that will really help you. And then one thing just before I go to sleep, I like to set myself an intention, something I just invite you to try. I like to say, how do I want to wake up in the morning? And I could say I like to wake up grateful in the morning. I like to wake up well, healthy. I'd like to wake up with energy for the day. Just setting yourself an intention and let that be the last thing to happen before you go to sleep. And surely that will be how you wake up in the morning. This is why some of us, when we've looked at the news and the social media and all that kind of stuff the night before, and then you wake up and you're just like, oh, I don't even want to. Because that's what you went to sleep with. So therefore that is what you're going to wake up with, because that's all the brain's had. But imagine the brain having like an hour off of having to think about all that and just doing all the stuff that it would like to do, which is reflect upon your day, talk about all the good things that have happened to you today, the reflective questions there. What did you do today, and what do you want to repeat for tomorrow, and what wouldn't you want to repeat for tomorrow? So just things to kind of fill you up, and then setting yourself that intention of, I'd like to wake up tomorrow, however that would be. Let me know. Let's do one now, and then you can use it for tonight. How would you like to wake up in the morning? I want to wake up feeling alive. Yeah, love that. Yes. Yes, I want to wake up feeling happy. I want to wake up feeling healthy. Yes, these are great. I want to wake up with no worries. Love that. Yes, I know some of us can have anxiety, especially in the times that we have now. And this is not what you want to go to bed with. So how do you want to wake up? I want to wake up with no anger at my husband. Love it. I'm sure he would love that too. So yes, definitely set those intentions and let that be how you wake up in the morning. That would be great. And then, I won't go all the way into the morning kind of routine that I have, but what you'll find is now that you've had, I want to wake up laughing, love that. So once you've done all of this, you've eaten something light, you've had some me time, you have got into bed just after 9 o'clock, or whatever that is for you. I'm using my example as 10. I would say that if you go into bed probably after 11, you're just not on whichever standards, you're not giving yourself enough time. You still want to sleep this side. You want to sleep today, not midnight onwards tomorrow. And I know it happens sometimes, but let that not be a routine for you. This is about an evening routine so that you can get optimal sleep. So to get optimal sleep for me, I believe that is 10 o'clock. So getting into bed just after 9, winding all the way down, reflecting upon your day, giving your brain all the good stuff, getting rid of the phone and any other kind of electronics that you've got going on, setting yourself an intention of how you would like to wake up in the morning. And then when you do wake up in the morning, whether that's twice, if you've got a toddler waking you up, so you woke up then and then you wake up in the morning, as soon as your feet hit the ground, like as soon as you open the covers and as soon as your feet hit the ground, say one thing that you were grateful for. Like start your day that way. Like as soon as your feet hit the ground, let that be the very first thing that you do. It doesn't have to be the big things. It can be the small things. Sometimes I wake up and say, thank you for waking me up, that I got up, that I'm grateful that I got up. I'm grateful that for my children. I'm grateful that I'll have breakfast today. I'm grateful for this glass of water that I'm going to have. It can be it doesn't have to be the big things, it can be the small things, but just let that be the first thing. Because what we're doing now is setting the brain up to go through the day that way, because how the brain works, you can see I mentioned the brain a lot. I'm very interested in how the brain works, but you're telling it to find other things to make you feel that way, because you want to feel good. Feeling grateful is a really great feeling for your body. And so your brain will start looking for other things to make you feel that way. So have you ever noticed that? So like if you wake up in a bad mood, that the whole day is bad, everything's bad, everything, like you stub your toe, there's no milk, there's no bread, like it just like everything starts coming, there's like 100 emails, just notice that everything starts being bad. But have you noticed that if you are feeling in a good mood, that nothing can really take it out of that mood? It's not that the bad things or things that aren't so pleasant don't happen, but your reaction to those things is not the same. So when there's no milk, but yet you're grateful for the fact that you can have breakfast, you just say, oh, I'll just go to the shop and get milk. It's not really a big deal. But when you wake up in a bad mood, maybe without setting that grateful intention, that when there's no milk, it's just like, oh God, there's no milk. It's just like, why isn't there any milk? Why don't you have it? And it just kind of just starts to spiral off. Because the brain always just wants you to be right. So if it's going to be a bad day, it will make sure it is, and it will find things to make sure that it is. But if you set your intention, that I'm grateful for this, whatever that might be, it'll just look for more things to do that with. So definitely, as soon as you wake up, you just take that cover off, and as soon as your feet hit the ground, just say what you're grateful for, and then get up and go start your day. I'm just looking at some others here. Grateful for my sheepskin rug. I bet your feet feel good on that. For my family, grateful for the warmth in my home. Yeah, I say that one quite often myself as well. Even when I've been out and then I come into my home, I do usually just say I'm so grateful for the warmth in my home. Grateful for the morning coffee, yes. What we focus on increases 100%. It really does. The more you and this is also isn't just about thinking positive, but it's really feeling it inside, feeling positive. It will definitely emanate in all other areas of your day. Just as, like I said, when you have a bad day, the same, it seems to happen. It all just starts to snowball. The positive things will also start to snowball if you can try it that way. And oh my God, no milk, no toilet paper, no porridge ruined my day. But then I listen to stand-up comedy and I start to laugh at everything again. Yeah, I know, because it's the small things, isn't it, that can really get to us sometimes. Just like there being no milk or no toilet paper or no porridge. I really don't like it when there's no porridge either. I have porridge every morning, either a fruit bowl or porridge. But yeah, no, I get it. So yeah, and it's definitely good to laugh at things when we can. But yeah, just start that day off with that positive intention, what you're grateful for that day. And yeah, go through your day that way. And well, just one other thing. I know I said I wasn't going to go into all the morning routine, but if it's possible, if you can, try not to look at the phone. Try 30 minutes. Just try to wake up 30 minutes without the phone. I was about to say an hour, but some of you are going to be like, no way can I go an hour without looking at my phone in the morning. 30 minutes. Let me give you a little challenge. It's not homework, it's a challenge. Just try to wake up and not look at the news or the social media or the messages just for at least 30 minutes. Because again, what you're doing is you're giving your brain a chance. You've said what you're grateful for, and now you're going to give 30 minutes for it to just marinate. Just try and, just give it a chance, give yourself a chance to just wake up. I'm grateful for the warmth in my home. I like that one. Maybe that's what you woke up with. I'm grateful for the warmth in my home. And then just give yourself 30 minutes. Go and do the other stuff you got to do, whether that's get the kids, start, have a shower, brush your teeth, to meditate, whatever it is that you want to do. But just give yourself 30 minutes. Give your brain a chance. And then when you feel centered and ready, then look at the phone. And that alone will also change the game for you. This is so amazing. I totally want to change my evening and morning routine now. I'm so happy. I'm so great. That's great. Really, really happy that you want to change it. And I can say, and these are all things that I do. These are the things that I do that I've learned that I want to be able to share with you, because they really, really did change the game for me. I had for many years had just watched TV, looked at my phone while in bed, as I'm sure some of you do, and then when you start to feel tired, you kind of shut the phone off, put it down, and then you just think that you can go to sleep, and then you just don't have a good sleep. You don't have a restful sleep. The mind is like, because we've just looked at the phone, which is there to wake us up, that's what it's for, and then we try and sleep. We can't sleep after looking at all that stuff. It's like playing on your mind, and all the other stuff's playing on your mind because you haven't had a chance to decompress. So yeah, if anything, if you take anything, an hour before you sleep, don't look at the phone, don't watch TV, laptop, don't do any of that. And in the morning, as soon as your feet hit the ground, say what you're grateful for, and give yourself 30 minutes before you look at the phone. Okay, I'm going to challenge myself for 2021. No more phones in the morning. Go on, give it a go. And honestly, because when you do, because obviously some of us live, our work is through our phones and all that kind of stuff. But if you can just give yourself 30 minutes and then look at it, just look at it when you are ready and centered, instead of taking it all in straight away in the morning. Because it's not necessary. You've got 30 minutes. You've got 30 minutes. Give yourself a chance. Just give yourself that chance to center yourself, do the things that you want to do in the morning, just without the problems and worries and notifications of everybody else, because that's what the phone's full of, is what's going on with everybody else. So just give yourself a moment. I like that. Yeah. Ask myself, when am I ready? Yeah, that's it. Just, yeah, look when you're ready, when you've had a minute. For me, when I wake up, so I said I wake up at about 4:30. I'll come downstairs. I meditate downstairs. So I like to meditate. I do yoga. I'll do a HIIT workout. I like to make juices and stuff. So I'll do that in the morning, and then I'll look when I'm ready. So it is like an hour for me, just about an hour before I look at the phone. But you just take on the information in such a different way than as soon as you've opened your eyes, you look at the phone, and then you're just like, oh, like all this stuff comes at you, and you're not ready then. You've only just woken up. You're not ready. So just give yourself some time, give yourself some grace, be kind to yourself. This is all about being kind to yourself also, by the way, if you haven't noticed. This is all a great self-care. Look after yourself, look after your body, look after your head, your heart, just being kind to yourself as you go through your evening and morning, and it'll give you a great day. I find it so hard to be kind to myself. I totally understand. I really do understand. Start here. Start here with this. Take one of them. That's the other thing. I'm not saying do it all at once. Maybe do it in stages. Maybe start with having your last meal at 7. Start with that. You don't have to do everything. Start with that. Maybe just start with getting into bed at 9, just after 9. Just take bits of them and add them in. But then you'll find you won't want to stop. That's what I'll say. Because what you'll realize is it works. That's how I felt. As soon as I realized that there was this whole strategy to sleep, I didn't know. As soon as there was a strategy to sleep and I started doing it, I was like, oh my goodness, this works. I had the best sleep. When, like I said, when my son woke me up, I didn't feel irritable. I didn't feel bad because I'd had quality sleep. Then waking up, at 4:30, after maybe waking up a bit earlier with him, I felt fine. I felt okay because I've had this quality sleep. I hadn't realized there was a strategy to it. So that's I want you to have it. That's why I want you to know it. I want you to use it. Not using your phone, it's amazing. Because we don't realize, I guess, that as we're reading, that your brain is taking on everything, because it does take on everything that we see and hear. So just not doing that, just not doing that alone and being able to get everything out of my head down onto paper. Again, if journaling is new to you, just start with what happened today. Just write about what happened today. When I woke up, this happened. Then I did this downstairs, and just write about what happened, and you'll find that you just start writing, and soon you'll start to write about how you feel about those things that have happened. Meditation, if it's new, just try it for 5 minutes. Any of those. Being grateful in the morning, just try them. Start now. Be kind to yourself now. You deserve it. Also, in case you didn't know, you also deserve it. You deserve to be kind to yourself. You deserve to have good sleep. And you deserve to wake up feeling all those ways that you mentioned there that you want to feel grateful for when you wake up. You want to wake up happy, laughing, not being mad at your husband, all of those. You deserve all of that. So give it to yourself. Give all of those things to yourself. And yeah, and that's it. And let me know how that was for you. Those of you where this is your first group coaching, let me know how was it for you. And any questions, also put your questions in the question box if you have any of those. Let me know. I'm going to write a I deserve it list. I love it. Love that. Yes. Yeah, I also have like an achievement list. I like that too. Sometimes that can be really good too. For days that maybe you were feeling a bit down or feeling like you didn't get a lot done, go back to your list. Realize all the things that you are capable of, things that you have done and that you can do very much more. Amazing, so inspiring, thank you. Very practical tips, good and great. And that's definitely in my coaching anyway, that is what you will leave with all the time. I'm always going to give you practical tips, things that you can use today, because that's what I want this to be. I want you to be able to do something to change your life today. Know Your Worth coaching is all about transformation, so I want to be able to give you something that you can do that with. I want you to start to change your life and to live the life that you deserve to live. That's what it's all about. I can't wait for the next one. Me too. I'm excited for the next one too. Looking forward to it. I want more coaching. Yes, so as I said, these are going to be once a month. And thank you for saying that, because you also reminded me, this is the Life Coach University Pay It Forward group coaching session. So before I tell you about the coaching that you could do with me, how are you guys going to pay this forward? That's what I want to know. You reminded me to make sure that I say that. So yes, this is a pay it forward. So as you guys have got all of these tips and you've been here and you've committed to this time, which is great, pay it forward. Some examples. Yeah, so some of the ways that I've heard of people paying it forward, there was one lady who worked in a coffee shop. She gave away a free coffee, I think. Some people have written gratitude letters to like family and friends to just say how they feel about them. I know some people have helped out the homeless where they can. Yeah, some even just a smile, just giving people a smile in the day. Yeah, there are kind of lots of different things that you can do. Someone is going to plant a tree. I love that. I love that idea. Yeah, is there anything that you can do in your community, at home, in your family? Maybe taking a job off somebody. My partner always takes out the bins because that's the job, one of the jobs that he has in the house. Maybe I could do that for him. One day this week instead, is there any way that you can help someone else out? Maybe going to, give someone a phone call that you haven't spoken to in a while. I'm going to tell my mom about the evening routine. Love that. Yeah, that's it. I would say, if those of you that are thinking about, how am I going to pay it forward? One of the best would be to share what you know. Those of you that didn't know about an evening routine before here, or some ideas, a really great way to pay it forward would be to share it with others. That would be a really good thing to do. Yeah, I love that. I'm going to get my husband an analog clock. and a box to lock his phone downstairs. Let me know how that goes. Come back next month and let me know how the box in the phone in the box went. But yeah, definitely, yeah. So think about that. So those, if those of you that haven't responded yet, just have a think about how you're going to pay this forward. And yeah, I like the idea. I would say one of the best ways would be to share what you know. Now you know something new. Tell a friend, tell a family member how they can get optimal sleep. How they could have an evening routine. That sleep doesn't just mean when you get into the bed and you go to sleep. There is a process and a strategy. There are things that you have to do to be able to get good sleep. So definitely share this. Share this with your friends and family, co-workers, and then more coaching with me. You can look on my website, which is knowyourworthcoaching.net. If you look at the services page, you will see the services that I offer there. Your first session, you can talk about the coaching and what's happening with you, and you can do that. You can contact me there. I have an Instagram page at Know Your Worth Coaching. You can also contact me there, subject to all my availability. But I will be here next month, the first Wednesday. It's the first Wednesday of the month, so you can also, if you can't get in to see me, if I'm busy or if I'm full, I'll be here because I'm committed to this, because this is also my pay it forward. I love pay it forward. This is so generous of you. Oh, that's really kind. Thank you. But this, this is what I love to do. Coaching is what I love to do. This is it. So though this is my pay it forward, this is something that I really enjoy to do anyway. So yeah, this is great. Thank you so much for everybody who joined. As I said, for myself, I'll be here next month, the first Wednesday. I'm not sure what date that is, but it will be up on the Life Coach University website, so you can see it there. Thank you all so much. Thank you for participating. You'll know next time also, this is class participation, so that's what I'll be looking for next time. You are so welcome. And it's great. Thank you so much. It's great to spend time with you. And I will see you all again really soon. Really soon. Take care of yourselves. Be kind to yourselves. Share this. Remember, pay it forward. And I'll see you all again soon. Thank you. Take care.
When you want something else to change, all you have to do, I will tell you. What you have to do is change yourself. All you have to do is pay it forward in your mind. All you have to do is pay it forward with a smile. You can smile at anybody, hoping that they smile